We are in the diagram of the Restitution Theory. I will just read the schema, which is explanatory. Above all, the Creator, source of light and life. On the left side of the pyramid, we have represented the part that comes from the Creator to all living beings, including humans, in the downward direction, on hypothesis as the creation had been operated, and by the right hand upwards on hypothesis 2, from the base to the top as the restitution is operated. At the top of the pyramid, which comes as from the Creator, and on its base, our level, that is the lower part of creation, and the right hand, the way back to the Creator. Above the top of the pyramid, outside it, the explosion, throwing descendant sparks, represented by arrows. The first phase, in the segment at the top of the pyramid, creation drive. The explanation comes in the table close by. Creation drive occurs through the power of universal love. This is an explosion of light, such as a Big Bang. Light sparks rushing in beams, directed by the action of divine justice at the choice of creation. Then, these rays of light and the energy enter the world of ideas under the Platonic theory. World of ideas, the force-bearing particle then collides with another matter particle and is absorbed. The force-bearing particles exchanged between the matter particles are called virtual particles. We know they exist. Hawking's A Brief History of Time, Rocco, ed. 104-5. In addition, the explanation is still Hawking. What happens is that a matter particle, such as an electron or a quark, emits a force-bearing particle, Dito 104. Soon after, we pass to the last part of the pyramid, called the world of the senses, under the Platonic theory, which is the lowest, where we human beings are. It's Stephen Hawking that still gives us the inference of one change of energy in mass. World of senses, nature's construction blocks. We know now that neither the atoms nor the protons or neutrons inside them are indivisible. Therefore, the question is, what are the true fundamental particles, the basic blocks from which everything is made? Tito 100. It would be very difficult to explain why the universe should have begun exactly that way, except as an act of a God intent on creating beings such as we. Tito 179. Many people don't accept the idea of time having a beginning, probably because it smacks of the divine intervention. Tito 77. And by left hand, the explanation tables. Atoms of the sparks acquire mass, and creatures materialize and multiply. Below, in the lower table, the experience of living beings in the world of the senses, or outside it, because there may be other levels of existence in our environment that we cannot even imagine, so we put it outside the pyramid. The experience of accumulating masses causes a plus to the spark. In rational beings, the free will; in other beings, nature or instinct. From them, we began to rise, which will be the way back to the source of light and life, the Creator. I will not repeat what is inside the pyramid, but I clarify that is also true for the way back. I will only read the contents of the tables in which there is the explanation. So, come on. In the world of senses, free will may or may not create the fraternal love, a new force in inverse direction, for the spark to return to the primary source of light, evolution. Already, in the world of ideas, rising we see no mass. Destituted of mass, the individual creatures return to their models. According to the intensity of the new force, this shall be perfected and the other shall be created, derivative creation drive. In the last segment of the pyramid, the top, there is a new impetus of the creation drive, this time secondary, led by evolutionary forces transformed into returned energy, reaching not all the corresponding space to our universe, but further the environment of the Big Bang, which is not necessarily within our universe, since with that explosion may have been created other universe, parallel or not. This place where this energy will rest will depend on the force of momentum of impulse. With the evolutionary return, new although minor drives are added, causing other explosions that although minor expand the universe. Restitution. It begins, then, the glorification of the Creator, with the production of the evolution of what is already created. In this consists the restitution. It is as one refuge. Without it, in our point of view, there would be no repetition of new cycles. It is because we adopted the comprehension that the creation is not a stationary act of the Creator. There are theories that believe the creation is one perfect and finished act at only one moment of Genesis, and that the universe is being guided to its end, or with its contraction when it would implode, moving opposite the Big Bang, or expansion, where all its components moved so far away at the point the force that commands its existence will be weakening, and there may be chaos with its total extinction or reformulation, with disappearance of everything that exists. Currently, measurements of positions of determined elements of the cosmos is already understood that the movement is expanding. According to our approach, anyway, there is the evolutionary force as indicated, and all that occurs is not the extinction, but the evolution. Not only in the micro-universe of human existence, but of all the elements that constitute the cosmos, energy as we know, or dark energy, visible matter, or dark matter. As we can see, this restitutive force is monstrous, in which the human being is only a particle with microscopic meaning. Creatures produce glorification to the Creator through the evolution of His creation. On the left side, On top of the diagram, you have three expressions: universal love, divine justice, and creation, which represent the first two, the drivers of the third, which descend from the time of Genesis. These three terms correspond to the three on the right side top of the diagram: fraternal love, restitution, and glorification, meaning the first two, the two forces driving the creatures to make the third, creatures offering a restitution to the Creator, and to join the elements derived from Big Bang, for the purpose of to make new and creative explosion less intense, but with ability to initiate a secondary creation, now an evolutionary movement, which in our point of view is cyclical, and can be interrupted only if all the force that returns will totally stop, extinguished. Theologically, we believe that the first cycle, the one of creation, took place in our universe, but that it have also taken place several restitutive cycles in co-creation, whose existence has been planned and prepared in that initial cycle of creation, and still others will be take place, with all living beings as co-creator, in the sense to create evolution. Just all that ones that are extinct or are about to be extinct will not participate, which may occur with any species during each cycle. This concept of living we put here in cosmological sense, that because now our science has verified through pictures sent by radio telescopes that is a diverse concept of that one where normally humans put as own term of comparison their own existence in function of the planetary environment as they know currently. Note in red below, there is explained the position of humans in the general context of the theory of restitution. The human being on the Earth planet ought to participate in the restitution. Why? Because it's not only the free will thereof that produces evolution energy on this planet or in the universe. Such exclusiveness is not ours, or if one doubts it, where is the proof of the contrary? Such production is a characteristic of the spark of life, adapted to each model. And if such force in the world of ideas has not sufficient intensity to perfect the respective model, while others do that and the new models are created upon the return, since creation is cyclical and eternally repeated, the relevant species should be reproduced ever more feebly, and either perish or be subjugated on the world of the senses, as has occurred to so many other species. Wrongly compared, the transposition of the multiples from the world of ideas, modeled toward the world of the senses, is a reflex of a zillion parallel mirrors, and if the original is feeble, no image will ever appear.